Hey everyone, I'm going to share here a record of a personal experiment I wanted to do for a while regarding market bags and acrylic yarn versus cotton yarn. My plan is to make two separate market bags, one out of the cotton, one out of the acrylic, both with the same pattern, both with the same size H crochet hook, and then test them out to see what the differences are. These are the yarns I've chosen for my completely unscientific experiment. I've got Red Heart Super Saver Stripes in Favorite Stripe. It's 100% acrylic. And I've got Peaches and Cream in Happy Go Lucky, and it's 100% cotton. First off, I did a gauge swatch for each yarn. I did a 6-inch square of each and found that already there are some differences. Even though they're both worsted weight size 4 yarns, the cotton is far chunkier than the acrylic, and that does mean that they're going to work up a different size. The cotton in the 6-inch square, I got 20 stitches across, and I got 9 rows. On the acrylic, on the other hand, I got 22 stitches across, and I got 10 rows. So we'll see how that plays out in the actual products. What we're looking at here is the base of both bags. And even keeping a really close eye on making sure my tension is the same on both, you can see how they're definitely noticeably different sizes already. But being market bags, that doesn't really make too much of a difference. So we'll just keep going. Now I've got the mesh sides of the bags worked up and we're getting really close to finished. All we have to do now is add the handles. I'm really enjoying working with both of these colors. They're very different. The cotton is so springy looking with its light blue and light green, and the vividness of the acrylic is really catching my attention right now. So they're both really fun. They're both very different. I'm excited to get the handles on them. They're all done. Now the finish measurements that I ended up with for the cotton bag, without pulling it out or stretching it particularly, were 11 inches wide by 21 inches long. And for the acrylic bag, I measured it at 10 inches wide by 19 inches long. So here we are, all full of delicious produce. This is the cotton bag, and once it was full, it stretched out to a length of 29 inches, which was a 38% stretch. And here's my delightful acrylic bag full of the same exact produce. It stretched out to 24 inches long, which ended up being a 26% difference. After I took the produce out, I laid them both out flat to measure them again. Each one was an inch wider than it had been before, but neither one had lengthened at all. After this, I hand washed them and laid them both to dry. The acrylic yarn dried in a few hours. The cotton yarn took a couple of days, but one thing to note was that the dye in the cotton yarn did run a lot when I washed it. As you can see here, there is a subtle difference between the original color and the color now. So if this is something that's going to be an issue for your project, you might want to keep that in mind. But when all was said and done, what we did find was that after both had dried, they are both back to their original sizes. The cotton one is 11 by 21 and the acrylic one is 10 by 19. So that's where we're going to leave it this time. But I am planning a second video with these same bags where I do some more intense testing and washing. So I hope you'll join me for that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.